Jeff Bessa, and wanted to do a quick video on this honorable mistakes today at Saratoga. Uh, Not because it's an interesting race. In fact, I'm not even sure I'm going to bet on it, but because I'm able to make a couple points pretty clear here. So first of all, it's I think the honorable miss, 6 furlong sprint, grade 2. And I want to first start with PFDS odds. And you'll see these numbers 1.3, 2.5 to 1, 5.5 to 1, 6.4 to 1. Now, if you convert those to win percentages, you will get a sum of 100%. And this is where you really can see the effective takeout, because over here is the morning line, and the morning line I think will add up to 130%. I'd have to do the math, but 0.8 versus 1.3, 1.6 versus 2.5, 4.5 versus 5.5, and 6 versus 6.4. So all 4 horses are underlays to the morning line based on PFDS odds. Dr. B is close to break even. So, and PFDS odds is my most accurate way of calculating odds lines. It's not perfect, especially with young, improving horses, but it's pretty good with solid stakes horses like this. Now, then I have this best odds, which is really an effort to try to find long shots, find horses that might be able to improve, and I'm willing to isolate on one race and even one factor inside of a race. And in this case, Dr. B improves substantially, and is eligible to get that kind of improvement on best odds because of the form cycle of 2-3. And that's what's driving this $15 of value. Now, you'll have to take that with a grain of salt. You have to decide which is more accurate, the 6.4 or the 2.7, okay? But if the 2.7 was accurate, then this is the best horse to bet on in the race, and that's why the horse gets a plus. Math can only tell you so much. You have to interpret the math. And, what I've done with this screenshot here is giving you all the useful information you need in a very small space. Now, the top horse is Echo Zulu, and Echo Zulu, I give some pace information right through here. Echo Zulu is the only front runner in the race, F8. Frank's Rocket and Dr. B are both tactical horses, T5, T6. And they're a little slower than Echo Zulu. Echo Zulu is a 105 early speed, Frank's Rocket's a 102, and Dr. P is a 96. So Echo Zulu has a significant advantage in this race. Echo Zulu also finishes well with a 97. And as a result of this pace advantage, Echo Zulu gets a perfect score for PFDS percentage. Pace, fitness, distance, surface. 100%. Okay? So Echo Zulu figures to have her own way and win the race. Now, the horse is cutting back. This little less than arrow is cutting back. Now, cutting back with the horse with superb early speed is a great thing. Okay, just as another factor. A horse also is eligible to improve with the form cycle, just like Dr. B was. And so, all signs point to Echo Zulu winning. Now, over here in the rank column, I've ranked the horse on 5 different categories. Bristnet Prime Power, my energy score, we'll talk about that in a second. PFDS, best odds, PFDS odds, and then jockey trainer. So 4 ranks of 1, horse gets the K, most likely winner in the race. Okay, now, the way the race shape looks like is that Echo Zulu will be in the lead. Frank's Rocket and Dr. B will be stalking. One of them probably Frank's Rocket will try to keep Echo Zulu honest. Dr. B, by the way, is cutting back, and Dr. B has a 96-94 ratio, which is pretty tight, and I would say that's not a great sign for a horse cutting back. And then Mary Quite Contrary has the best closing kick, and she may pick up third, just might pick up the pieces for third. The energy score is just the average of these two, early speed and late speed, And I've been debating for probably a year now about making some changes to the energy score based on the surface and distance, to either weight energy a little high, early speed a little higher, or weight late speed a little higher. And I've just been reluctant to do it. I feel like you can make those kind of adjustments in your head, but energy, Echo Zulu is the top at 101, and Frank and Rocket's 98. So Echo Zulu is the fastest horse as well, and might improve with the form cycle, might improve with the cutback. Plus is the lone F. So everything points to Echo Zulu here. Now, on the trainer score, this is an interesting column, because the trainer score, and I've tried to explain this, and I don't think I've done a great job. It's based off of angles relative to this horse. It's not a generic training score. It's also based on how many trainers are in the race. So, because what the score is trying to represent is how much the trainer by itself, if I was exclusively looking at the trainer and trying to figure out a win percentage, okay? Now, I could show that win percentage in here instead of this number, but I'm trying to make it easy to read. So these, with a horse with 10 horses, with a race with 10 horses in it, even if the same trainers are in here, their scores are going to be lower. But anyway, these 4 trainers are remarkably similar. The jockeys are not, though. The Mary Quite Contrary jockey is quite a bit weaker, and Dr. B, I think that's IRAD, is quite a bit stronger. So, and when you then combine these two factors together, trainer jockey, Dr. B ends up having the best combination over here. So how would I bet this race? Probably I wouldn't even bet it at all, but it's probably not a good race to bet. But if I was going to bet the race, I would look at betting it 2 ways. I would either bet Echo Zulu or Frank Sarkett, depending on your preference. For me, it's Echo Zulu. I would either just bet Echo Zulu to win, or bet a straight exacta Echo Zulu Frank Sarkett or Echo Zulu Dr. B. I would pick only one of those exactas, okay? And if I'm playing serial wagers, I'm probably only going to use Echo Zulu. Now, how is the race going to unfold? Echo Zulu is going to be on the lead. Frank Sarkett's going to try to put some pressure. Probably will be unsuccessful, and will finish second. Dr. B will also be trying to stalk, but will fade a little bit, and Mary Quite Contrary might nip Dr. B for third. So literally 1, 2, 3, 4 is probably the order of finish of the race. I hope this was simple and helpful. I thought with only four horses, I could go into quite a bit of detail. And if you got any questions, shoot me a DM, shoot me an email. Appreciate you guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.